And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at a light strategy game from Bicycle called the Alpha. Now, Bicycle has not made games before last year, so this is a new arena that they're going into. Of course, they're well known for making playing cards, and they make fantastic playing cards. The Alpha is one of their first entries into board gaming, and it's about you being a pack of wolves, and you want to be the alpha wolves, the wolves in charge of everybody else, and getting the most food. And to that end, you are going to try to take down animals, sometimes with the help of the other players, but hopefully instead of the other players. Here's how it plays. In this game, each game you're going to be putting out a certain number of small, medium, and large animals depending on the number of players. I'm showing you all of them, but no matter how many players, you're only ever going to use one of the large animals. And you may have 2 or 3 of those, or 2 or 3 of these, a livestock, and 1 or 2 scavenges. I'm just showing you all of them right now. Each player is going to get a pack of wolves. One of them is put on here to show how much food you have, and so that's 5 points food. And then you're also going to get 5 more beta wolves and 1 alpha wolf, and the main difference is the alpha wolf counts as 2. In each round of the game, players are going to take turns placing their wolves one at a time, starting with the person who has the alpha token, and you're going to be putting them out on the different animals. Now, when you place an animal in different spots, there's a few rules to follow. If you place an animal in the deep forest on a large or medium animal, you have to pay a food. So red needed to pay 1, blue needed to pay 1 each time you go there. And so players are going to continue to do this till everyone has placed all their wolves. The only 1 wolf per pack can go on each scavenge tile, and the livestock can only have 1 wolf in total. At that point, you're then going to see who is the dominant wolf pack on a tile. Now, if you're a large animal, there needs to be 5 wolves there total. So let's say, for example, it looked like this. There's 5 wolves, so that one works. And the red pack is dominant. It's possible for there to be more than 1 dominant pack on a tile. If there's no one on a tile, nothing happens. If there's only 1 wolf pack on a tile, let's say, for example, I'm the only person to put 1 here on fish, you're going to roll the die for that animal, and that's how much food you're going to get. In this case, 2. You can see on the tile itself what the sides will show. 3, 3, 3, 2, and then the other 2 sides are X's, which means nothing happens. Now, if there's 2 dominant packs here on the moose, for example, you'll notice there's a 15, a 12, and a C9. If an X is rolled here and there's more than 1 dominant pack, the other dominant pack can decide to re-roll the die. So you basically get a re-roll for each other dominant pack that there is. If there is more than 1 dominant pack and you do get food, so let's say the moose gives 12 food, or in this case, if you get C, there's an automatic conflict for food amongst all the wolves there, even if there's not a dominant pack. But if there's a conflict, each of the players involved is going to take their fight or share token and secretly hide it and then reveal it. If all the wolves show share, who are dominant packs, they will share the food equally, although if there's any left over, it goes to the person with this tile clockwise. If 1 wolf picks fight and the other wolf or wolves pick share, then the person with fight gets all the food. If multiple wolves pick fight, then they're both wounded. They both lose 1 wolf to injured, which takes them a turn to get healed and then come back to that player. And if there's a scavenger wolf, a wolf who's not a dominant pack, they get the food instead. Or in fact, let's say there's 3 dominant packs and 2 of them fight and the other doesn't fight. This wolf gets everything. So some interesting things can happen there. On the livestock tile, you simply roll a tile, and there's X's on it, but there's also D's. If you get a D, you're dead. So there's a chance to get 12 food there, but there's also a chance to die. These give 1 food guaranteed, and there's no conflict at them. There might be conflict on these, but I also mentioned that there's a force conflict when it shows a C. So this moose gives 9, and everyone here will be showing a tile to split the 9 food. Then when it's over, the moose turns into carrion for the next round. You need fewer, you still need a bunch of wolves there, but you don't need to roll a die. It's just going to be 9 food that goes to the dominant pack there. And that's pretty much how you play the game. You're just going to go through that 5 turns, and at the end of 5 turns, whoever has the most food is the winner of the game. The game comes with a nice little insert here that holds all the different wolves that are different colors. I like the colors. It's really easy to tell the alpha wolf from the beta wolves. The board itself looks really good. These are nice thick tiles. They show nothing on one side unless there is a way for it to turn into carrion, and then it shows a beautiful picture of carrion. But they're really clear. The background, the art, the board. It's a really nice production, and the rules are really well done and easy to understand as you go through them. I like it a lot. Good production. Now, the alpha is a really entertaining game for me in that it worked really well with my family. I like area control games, and a lot of area control games offer some pretty strong strategy. I would argue that the alpha, it says light strategy game in the cover. That's definitely true. There's definitely dice rolling in this game. There's definitely a lot of silliness ensuing in the game, but I think it works really well. In fact, recently we did our top 10 family games, and I put this on the list. And part of the reason for that is it went over like gangbusters in my family. My kids love this game. They love the whole Prisoner's Dilemma thing. I'm not a huge fan of Prisoner's Dilemma at all cases, but in this game it worked. Why? Because it happens so often, so many times. And I mean, I always tell the truth to my children, but they lied to me. And it's just this entertaining, put out your fists, everyone shows, and we're both fighting. And sometimes it's hilarious. The third person comes in and cleans it all up. Or sometimes we fight over the meat, or there's a lot of people go to a spot and then there's not any food there. Great production values. But I can't really say a whole lot more about the game because it's mostly self-evident. You are placing wolves out. You are trying to fight for different spots. At the end of the time, then you want to tie people, and then of course you have that whole conversation. Of course, we can both share. We'll both share, and maybe one person's just lying to the other person. But how many times can you do that over the course of the game before someone won't share back with you? And if a couple people share, they can get ahead of all the people who don't. Or if 2 people fight, they both lose a wolf, which means now I can get in the action. There's like the opportunity to double cross and come back. It's just entertaining. And it has some good pictures of nature. It's about wolves and all the different animals. It's a lot of fun. It's entertaining, good components, easy to teach and play. I don't know. There's something about this one that really appeals to me. And I'll be honest, it had such a huge success with my family that I think that's part of the reason why. I'm also really glad to see Bicycle coming out with such a strong game. I've already talked about their party game, about the stock market, and now they got essentially a party area control style game, and I think that's a great thing. If there's a few niggling things with this that I might complain about, I feel like I might play sometimes with one more. I might always play with 2 scavenger spots, even if they only say to use 1, because there is a time where you can sit there and go, there's nothing else for me to do. And I also think this game plays way better with 6 than it does with 3. The more players, the merrier. But even besides all that, just a really entertaining, quick time. It says 45 minutes on here. You can probably get it done in half hour or faster. A lot of fun. Check it out. That's the Alpha. I'm Tom Vasel. We'll see you next time. Dice Tower Judgment approved.